All Blacks assistant coach Wayne Smith has officially retired from his role following last weekend's Test match against Australia. Smith sat down for a chat with All Blacks media manager Locke earlier this year to reflect on his outstanding career.
When you reflect on those 20 years, what's your most overriding memory of your time?
I think it's about the relationships, that you build. Obviously, we've had a successful period, but those trophies and awards and that, they all tarnish over time, don't they? But I think it's relationships with staff and with players that remain. We've coached generations of players now. We've worked with generations of staff.
Yeah.
But they're all special, and you build that connection with people because you're under pressure, you're under huge scrutiny. The stakes are high and you've got to deliver. And so when you're like that in a group, it creates a bond that's pretty strong and everlasting. You don't have to ring these people all the time, but when you see them, that they're a mate.
The younger generation may not know because it was back in the 80s, but so you're one of the few people that have actually played for the All Blacks and coached the All Blacks as well. The fact that you'd played in the black jersey, when you came into coaching, were you able to bring in some of those feelings or some of those attitudes as a player, and did that influence your coaching, or did it influence the way that you approached to?
Tried to. That's because that's what you do as a coach. You try to bring something to the team. Clearly, for me, because I was a skinny little kid from Pataru. I played for the All Blacks at 76 kg, so I was never going to be a great at the game. But I soon learnt that you didn't have to be a great to be in a great team. All you had to do was be the best you could be at your job and contribute to the performance. And I was really lucky to be in some great teams. I was in a great Canterbury team, coached by Alex Wiley and Dougie Bruce, and led by Donny Hayes, who was an exceptional captain. And so, and you learn a lot about what it takes to be part of that team. I was in a great All Black team, and so I think that message is always a good one to give to players, that you don't have to do anything extra special. You just got to be the best you can be and work hard at what you're good at, get better at your strengths, work on a few weaknesses if it's important to your position, but that's what it takes to be a good All Black. And
that's what the All Blacks have, that's what the message has been for the last few years as well, isn't it? That you be the best at your job, and if everyone is the best at their job and works as a team, then you'll be successful.
Absolutely, and that's the same for coaches. And so I've taken that from playing into coaching. You've always got to be open to learning, to thinking, to getting better, because the jersey demands it. And yourself, Joe, we're all trying to be, everyone on that staff are doing professional development, trying to be right up there as world class in what we do. And that's the drive and that's the hunger that you need, and that's what it demands, the environment demands. So it's a secret to our success, I think, that everyone's driven to get an edge and make the All Blacks the greatest team in the world.
You talked about earlier at the press conference about one mentor, a great rugby man in Laurie O'Reilly, the former Children's Commissioner, who's sadly not with us anymore, but can you talk us through just what he did for you? The
first time I came across Laurie O'Reilly, he was playing loose-head prop for University B. And I was playing for Belfast, and they had this mouthy prop who was coaching the team as well, and he was an inspirational sort of figure. He polarised people. I remember during the '81 Springbok marches, he was leading. He was a family lawyer, top in the country probably. He was leading a march down Colombo Street against Springbok tour, and past all the pubs, and all the rugby people coming to the pubs and going, "Oh, O'Reilly, a traitor," like this. And then he had to get back to court, and so they got all the way down Colombo Street, and so he turned round and headed back to court, and all the protesters saw him walking through them, thought he was Laurie O'Reilly's rugby man, saying, "Oh, O'Reilly, you traitor."
So he got it
from both sides. At the first time I went round to his place just to chat about the game, he came out in a dress. He had a caftan thought it was a dress, but it was a keftan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was a different,
Yeah.
he was a different character, Laurie, and he was absolutely brilliant, and he ignited me as a player to become a coach. So he made me as a player think about the game, strategise, and that inspired me to, once I finished playing, to keep going as a coach and be part of the contest.
Because as part of, not only was he a lawyer and then a future Children's Commissioner, but he was one of our leading sevens coaches as well, and then went on to Black Ferns, didn't he? So
he's probably, yeah, they have the Laurie O'Reilly Cup played for in the women's competition. So, and that's only right and proper because he drove women's rugby. He drove women's rugby in Canterbury, starting at university and then Canterbury, Black Ferns. Tell you a little story about him. I was coaching Benetton over in Italy, and he was in Spain at the time coaching, and so he flew himself over to stay with Trish and I and help me coach Benetton for a week. We had a big game coming up.
just off his own bat.
Yeah, just off his own bat.
We've got the Rugby Championship, and then you're off to a camper van, never-ending camper van trip with your wife Trish. What are you doing?
Yeah, it won't quite be that. Yeah, so we've got a period during the Rugby Championship where we'll be bringing the new coach in. He can look at the systems, discuss the game. Good opportunity for them to then see what difference they can make as well. You know, where they can make little changes, and I think it'll be good for the team, bring a bit of freshness and a couple of new ideas, and it'll sort of regenerate the team. I think it'll be good. For Trish and I, yeah, we're not too sure yet. We haven't planned anything other than we've got a grandson up here in Auckland, and we've got another son down in Christchurch. So, yeah, getting to see them a bit more probably. Friends overseas. You know, we tour overseas all the time, All Blacks, but you seldom get to connect with the people that you know over there.
Yep.
You might get into a game or something, but you seldom see them. So, and getting away from that 170 days away from home every year and applying that to other parts of our life, I think it'll be interesting. Be interesting to see how it goes.
Nice.
I know it's right inside, you know, for me, and for Trish's ready for it as well. So we'll see how it goes, you know. But there might be a bit of rotation go on in the future. I might come back into the game somewhere.
Somewhere, Potato maybe, Cambridge maybe, somewhere you'll pop up.
Somewhere I'll pop up.
Nice. Thanks, Wayne Ross Smith.
Joey.
Good stuff.
Yeah.